Okay, so tip number one is actually about branding. Do you have a brand? What is your brand? What are your brand colors? Whatever they are, you need to be using them consistently throughout your booth. Now, normally I would have my brand colors in my booth. Today, I just am doing a quick setup here because I'm getting ready to start a new market series and I have some new products, so I was just trying to figure out how things were going to work. My brand colors are kind of a natural wood color, a mint green, and white. And it's very basic, but it works. So when people come into my booth, normally I have white tablecloths out. I have a banner that is mint green that has my logo colors on it, or my logo rather on it. I also have some banners that I hang up that have my logo on it as well. And those are related to the t-shirt bar that I'm getting ready to start doing. So my first recommendation to you is to make sure that you have a brand and that your booth reflects your brand colors. You want people to walk by and instantly recognize you, especially if you're in a market circuit like where I am and I go to different places, but I might see the same people over and over again. They can immediately recognize me and say, oh, hey, I saw you at that last market I was at. I bought X from you and I loved it. I'm so glad to see you here again. So make sure that you have a brand, it's consistent, your colors are consistent, and you're using those throughout your booth. So tip number two is actually about using height in your booth. So you don't want everything to be flat on the table. You want to incorporate some height in your booth. So let me show you what I mean specifically. So as you can see, I am starting to offer a blind date with a book series. I've got those up where people can see them, and then related products down below with the bookmarks and the paper clips, jumbo paper clips. I do offer some earrings. These are mostly things that I offer just at the shows that I do. But again, I've got those up where people can look at them. They can just walk straight up and see exactly what I'm offering. Same with my enamel pins. They can see exactly what I'm offering. Below, though, I will have my bedazzled kits. And normally I use this guy right here to set my bedazzled examples on. So I will put a bedazzled balloon dog and the hands, and now I'm going to offer Easter peeps, wooden Easter peeps for people to bedazzle. So that's where I put that. I'm also offering personalized peeps. So I've got this set up so that people can see them in the bucket, and I'm going to set some in the front. Now the trick is, and this is where I'm getting stuck today, is actually, this is a new offering as well, my mystery machine. I've got it raised up and I prefer it that way. I still think it needs to probably be raised up a little more. And my blind boxes, those obviously need some help. So I'm going to have to go figure out what I can put those in to kind of raise them up and get them off the table. This is where I put my payment station. So all things payment related, I've got a cool payment station that has my Square in it. It also has QR code for Venmo and PayPal. I do take cash as well, so I put my cash box behind there, and my social media. We'll talk about that more in just a second. Usually, when I was setting up my booth last year, my t-shirt stands were the big draw. Those I would have over here in the corner where I've got the peeps. But because I'm offering a t-shirt bar, I need a little more space. So I elected to put this extra table here so that people can come over here, see what it's about, take a look in my patterns here and thumb through those and not be completely in the way of everybody else. I have glass cups that I offer as well. So I've got these over here. This year I'm adding a rack as well. So just so you know, let's kind of step back a little bit so you can kind of take it all in. It's really going to be set up where people can kind of get an understanding of what I'm offering. They see that some things are up, some things are down, and not everything's flat on the table. So let's talk about tip number three. Let's talk about your social media. You might think to yourself, wait a minute, I'm at a market. What does social media have to do with a market? Well, of course, you should be advertising on social media, whatever your platform is. Maybe you're on all the platforms, and that's totally okay. I personally am on one platform or a couple of platforms, and I advertise there. But more than that, what you should have is some sort of social media advertising in your booth. So for example, and I'll show you this a little bit later on, I have a sign that has my YouTube, my Instagram, and my Facebook pages on it. They're QR codes that people can scan and very easily get to my pages. What I'm going to start doing in this season, I'm going to do a giveaway, or I'm going to start offering them something in my booth, whether that's a bookmark or something small like that. So to encourage people to sign up while they're in the booth. Now, I also usually keep that here with my payment information so that when they're here and we're transacting their payment, they can see all of my socials right there. They're paying, they're waiting for their card to process, or they're waiting for me to bag their items. They can just click on it. And what I'm going to have to train myself to do is to remember to say, hey, are you following me on Instagram? Hey, have you signed up for my Facebook page? Hey, did you see that I have a YouTube channel? Go check that out, right? So just a quick tip for you. And that way, you're not only getting a customer at the market, but you're getting interaction from that customer, and they'll be a continuing customer for you. So I hope that's helpful. Make sure that you have all of those. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I got a sign off of Amazon. I think it was $20. There are lots of websites where you can go and create a QR code for yourself. Just make sure that if you do that, that the site doesn't require payment at some point in time, because some of them will, but some of them are completely free, and your QR code will continue to work. I always check my QR codes every few months just to make sure they're still working. But you can just print off that QR code on a piece of paper. As long as you can scan it with your phone, you should be good to go. And you can get a nice, attractive frame to put it in. Just make sure that at the market, you're pointing it out to folks that are in your booth so that they follow you and continue to follow your journey. Plus, it gives you an opportunity to communicate with them. Where are you going to be next? And that's what you want. You want repeat customers. So I hope that this video has been helpful to you. I will follow up in a couple of weeks, because my first market is the first weekend in April. And I will follow up with you on how I set it up so that you can see all of my branding in action, and I will let you know how I do at that market. Make sure that you like and subscribe. If there's anything that you want to see from me, or any questions that you have, just put them below in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer you.